what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Now, like always, I already recorded this video before, but for some reason the audio, man, this GoPro audio thing is really starting to bug me. I got it so I could have everything on the cam, but it turns out it decides to work when it wants to, and I can't be recording these videos over and over again just because the audio's not there. So we're out here, just kind of wanted to put fuel on the Lowrider S. Something's going on with these bars, but just wanted to make a video about why I decided to buy the Lowrider S. I picked this bike over all the other Softails that Harley-Davidson offers, and you just get so much more for your money. Honestly, even if it is an extra $3,000, I mean, if you're looking into the FXLR, the Lowrider, and if you're looking into the Street Bob and the Lowrider, main differences between those two bikes is pretty much the fuel capacity, and it's only like a difference of a couple extra $100. You get the fuel capacity, and I believe you get the extended rear fender. So it's just and the chrome and the non-chrome components on the Street Bob. So the main reason why I went with this one over those bikes is I wanted a bigger tank. I wanted the bigger tank, and I wanted the blacked out dash, the blacked out handlebars, the blacked out rear fender support struts. I wanted to get that all blacked out. And the bonuses of just getting a few things like that, I got the dual disc brakes, the inverted forks. You know, it's honestly, if you start putting everything together and you start really looking into it, because for me, I'm not a chrome guy, so I was thinking about getting the Lowrider before this was even announced. I was waiting for the Lowrider S, and just the thought of deassembling these pieces that were chrome and powder coating them, and that's an extra cost. Just kind of like what Matt Leelaw was talking about with his Street Glide. He had a Street Glide. I believe, if I remember right, he purchased the Street Glide. He power coated all the parts that were chrome, and then the year following, or 2 years after him finishing that build, that Street Glide, Harley announced the Street Glide S, which was the blacked out one. So he eventually went ahead and sold his Street Glide and got himself a new one, just because of the pieces. There was no chrome on it. Not just because of that, but the Milwaukee 8, all the new stuff that came with it. But so that's why I kind of, for that reason, not having to power coat anything on the bike, it's already blacked out, was one of the main reasons. Another main reason is the 114 on this one compared to the 107 on those other bikes. So honestly, I mean, if you really look at it, and I wanted ABS. This bike, the Lowrider S, comes standard with ABS. So for you to add ABS on the Street Bob and the Lowrider, you're looking at an additional $800, $900. So that's already technically, yeah, $3,000, $4,000 more than those, or $3,000 more. But real honestly, it's less than that, because once you start putting in the bigger tank and the ABS, it really comes down to maybe about $2,000 of difference, and you're getting the inverted forks, the double disc brakes. It's a overall, it's a good for the Harley pricing. It's a good price for the way Harley kind of sells their bikes. And I believe $17.99 MSRP or $18.99. I'm not sure. I believe this one's a little bit cheaper than the Sport Glide. It's the bike to get if you're looking into a Softail. Now, if you really didn't care about the 5-gallon gas tank, and you were okay with the chrome, then the Lowrider or the Street Bob, they're both good bikes. I mean, that's the difference between this one and that one. I mean, it's just a couple things. They're all pretty much similar. They all have the same suspension, the same engine, except for, like I mentioned, the 114 in this one. But yeah, that's the big difference between this one and the other Softails. This is basically the fat bob, but without the big fat tire on the front, and without the smaller tank, and that crazy headlight that the fat bob has. So that's why I chose the FXLRS over all the other bikes. And between this one and the Sport Glide, I mean, the Sport Glide's a nice bike too. It's basically, they're practically the same bikes. It's just the rims are a little bit different. That one has the Mantis rims, which is, they look good. Honestly, I like them. And they're both inverted forks. You know, they both have ABS. Everything's practically the same. It's just that the Sport Glide has that chrome. I'm not a fan of the chrome, so that was one thing that I kind of said no. And then that mini bat wing fairing, on the Sport Glide, I'm not a big fan of. And that little windshield that it's got, it's you know, I'm not sure about that either. I'm not a big fan. It's just that fairing that the Sport Glide you kind of buy with. So between this one and the Sport Glide, the main reason why I chose the Lowrider S was just there was no chrome on the Lowrider, and it's got a bigger engine, 114. And the saddlebags, I mean, the saddlebags I went with, the Leather Pros, they're pricey. But, I mean, if you need saddlebags, you could buy them for a whole lot less than $600-700, you know. So, I know the Sport Glide also has that detachable saddlebags, which is nice too. And I like those saddlebags, they look good. But it's just the chrome, and then I believe that emblem on the tank, I don't like the way it looks, and the dashboard on the Sport Glide, it's another reason why I wasn't drawn to it too much. And the handlebars themselves, the stock handlebars, they're kind of like buckhorn style, a whole lot low. And then on this one, stock comes with 5-inch risers, and you have this MX kind of style handlebar. Pretty cool. So just from that, I knew that the Lowrider S was perfect. I didn't have to test drive the bike at all, you know, I just went with it. So when I went to the dealership, they were trying to, we hassled for a good amount of time, and I knew this was the bike that I was going to buy. I knew that this bike was the one for me, so that's why I chose the Lowrider S over the Sport Glide and the Street Bob and the Lowrider, the regular Lowrider S. So just a quick recap why I chose the Lowrider S: 5-gallon tank, the blacked out parts, dash, rear fender support, the handlebars, everything was blacked out. You also get the dual disc front brakes, the inverted forks, a lot better control, and it came with a little cool speed fairing, a little mini fairing that you know, it doesn't really do much, but you know, it looks good on the bike. Not to mention the paint. You know, I like the emblem, I like the color of the rims, I like the rims. So just everything right there, that's what had me drawn to the Lowrider S. And if you're out there kind of thinking about buying a Lowrider S and you think it's a little expensive, yes it is, but honestly, after riding this for 1,000 miles, I'm happy with my purchase, even though I'm paying more in insurance, making payments now because it's a brand new bike. I've always bought used bikes. So it's just something you kind of have to think about, not only the payments, but you also have to think about the insurance cost on such a vehicle. I'm paying almost $140, about $130 a month. So that's not the video for this. So thanks guys for tuning in and watching the video. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you guys like the video, and the bike's far from stock, so if you're wondering about all of the aftermarket parts, I have them all on my channel. And thank you for watching. Later.